don't feel like talking to your camera today? Are you sick of the sight of your own face or sick of the sound of your own voice? Then you can still make a great video and you can do it easily on your smartphone. I'm Elisabeth from Top of Mind Video Marketing. In a world full of invisible entrepreneurs, your own smartphone is enough to give yourself a stage right in front of the people you want to meet the most. So subscribe to this channel because I help you to make your business and your products visible to your target audience. So in this video I will show you how you make a great video from photos with a free app. CapCut is an editing app that is 100% free. Finally, an app that is really free and doesn't come with any hidden extra costs. This is what you see if you open it, and all you have to do now is start a new project. A project is the same as one video. And now I can start adding videos or photos or live photos. We can mix and match everything together. I was starting out with photos because I made some photos during a little walk and I want to add some of those photos to my video. I have this one. If I click the photo I want to add, it becomes big and then I can add it right away to the timeline. Or if I want to add multiple photos and videos, I can choose to check the little circle in the right upper corner and then it says 1, and if I check the little arrow in the upper left corner, I can select more photos to add. So I'm choosing this one, check and go back, and then this feather. And you see them adding up in the bottom corner on the right. Do I have the acorns? This one, yes. Okay, I've selected 4 photos. I can go back and I can add all 4 photos with the button on the lower hand right corner. And then I have a timeline with 4 photos in it. And what immediately catches the attention is they all have different formats. So at this moment I can still choose what kind of video I want to make. You should have decided it before you ever made the pictures already. You can change it now as well, because you can make a video that's horizontal, like for YouTube, or you can make a video for, let's say, Instagram Reels or TikTok or YouTube Shorts, and that's a vertical video. And in the bottom row I can scroll and I can change the format of this video with the little button Format. And then you see all the different formats you can choose for this video. And I am choosing right now the 16:9. And then you see the format changing and also the black blocks to the left and the right. But I can easily zoom in on these pictures to make them fill the screen. I can select this little block and then put my fingers on the screen and zoom in and choose the best selection of this photo to use. And I can do that for all the pictures. Of course, you lose a lot of information as well, so it's better to decide beforehand, before you make your pictures and your video recordings, if you want to have a 16:9 or a 9:16 video, a vertical video or a horizontal video. Now this one, that has blocks on the left and right as well. Okay, there we go. So now my whole video is a nice horizontal shape. The vertical white line that you see in the timeline in the lower third of this screen is the cursor, and that's an important one. In the image, on the bigger screen, you always see the image that is where the cursor is. And you might be tempted to look at the images in the timeline itself, but that's not very reliable. So I urge you to always check the image in the bigger form in the upper half of the screen. There you always see the image that shows where the cursor is. So please don't pay too much attention to the little images in the little film strips in your timeline. All the way to the left in your timeline you see mute clip audio, and I can say I don't want to hear the sound of what's in the video, or I do want to hear the sound. Well, there's no sound at all now because I'm only working with photos, but if I add some video you will notice. And here I can change the cover, like the thumbnail of the video. I can choose any picture from my timeline as the cover picture. I don't think it's really important because nobody will see it. But that's one of the things we can change. And then to the right, there's a little animation with CapCut. I can show it. This shows you have edited this video with CapCut, but they are that nice. They also let you delete that. If you select this last block and press delete, it's gone. There's no ending. The video just ends with the last image. Now, I've got 4 photos, but I didn't do anything to change the length. So if I press play, it might be a while, and that could get a bit boring. So I want to make the images shorter. To do that, I have to select the little block, the video, in the timeline, and then you see a white line around it, and to the left and the right there's a little bit bigger block. And what we can do is what's called trimming the image. I can put my finger on the bigger block to the left or the right and drag it to the right. This way I can make it shorter, but I can also make it longer. With the picture you can really make it as long as you want, and you can do that for any photo. I can also choose to add some video. I will put the cursor on the place where I want to do this, and I'm going to plus, and then I say I want to add a video. I've got lots of little videos here. I could, for example, choose a video. I've got this video. And if I edit, it just gets inserted into the timeline on the place where the cursor was. Well, I filmed this with the camera vertical, so that's the first thing I have to do is change that. So I'm selecting this clip and I'm going to zoom in. It's going to cost a lot of the information in this little video, but well, there's nothing we can do about that now. So that's done. And then you also heard this video, so it has sound and it's quite loud. So my next action is to turn the volume down. I've selected this part and then I'm going to scroll through the editing options for volume, and I'm going to turn it way down. And now this is a video with a camera movement, so I can also show you how to take a bit out in the middle of your clip, because up till now we've only changed the length of the clip with trimming, but now we're going to split. So say this is a video with a camera movement. I start on this on these letters and then I go all the way to the leaves, and I want to take the movement out. What I can do then, first I use my 2 fingers to zoom in a little bit on the timeline, is I put the cursor on the place where I want to end the first part of this shot, and that's right here. So the cursor is in the right place. This is where I want to cut. I select this part of the video and I go to the left bottom to split. And now this piece of video has been cut in 2. But you don't see it if you play the video, because nothing really happens. The only thing that happened is that a little knife was put right through it. So then I move forward to put the cursor to where I want to see the picture again. That's here where we see the leaves. So cursor's in the right place, I select, I press split, and now this piece of video that I just added has been cut in 3. And now I can select the part in the middle and I can delete it. It's just gone. out of there. So what we have now is this shot, and the middle part was cut out. Now, if I would be sorry about the order in which I put in the pictures, there's no problem at all, because I can just change it around. If I want the second photo to be the first one, I can just put my finger on it, keep it there for a bit, and you see the timeline changing. I can just drag this shot to the left and maybe drag this shot all the way to the right. You can easily change the order of the shots. If I want to add something else, I can easily press plus and add some other shot, like this one. And it's added to the end of the video, because that's where the cursor was. Well, I can do the same thing again. So select, zoom in on the screen, and probably change the volume, because that's just a lot of wind. And maybe make it a bit shorter. So I've got a little video. It's actually 17 seconds. With some photos and some videos, but there's nothing being said. We could use some music. And to do that, I'm going to the bottom row where all the editing stuff is, and I choose audio. And there you see I can not only add sounds, but also some sound effects and even a voiceover if I wanted to do that. But I'm going to click sounds, and then you discover there's a lot of sounds and music that CapCut lets you use. I'm going to search for something easy. I'm not going to spend a lot of time looking for the right music. If you've chosen your music, you just press plus, and it's being downloaded and it's being added to your video right away. And this is where you see it. This is the music. It's a very long piece of music, and my video is very short. If I want to zoom out and see what's happening, I can use my two fingers and press them together in the timeline, and you see there's a lot of music, and my video is only really short, so I can shorten this music as well. I just want to use, well, maybe this part. So I select it, and then I take off that first part. I deselect, then I put my finger on the music and I drag it to the left. It's still way too long, so I select it again with the cursor on the right place, select, and I'm going to look for split. There it is. And then we can put this in the trash. Let's listen and look what we've got. It's very loud. There, volume down. Let's listen and look. I could choose to have the music fade in and fade out to make it a little bit softer and easier. For that I have to select the music and choose fade, and I can choose the duration of the fade in and the fade out, and you will notice, especially at the end, the music eases off until the end. So now I hit the little arrow in the corner bottom and go back to the general settings, and then you see there's lots more I can choose to add. Apart from audio, I can also add texts, and I can move it around and change it around, and you see that appearing as an extra layer in the image here, and you can edit the style and everything about the text if you want to. If you're done, you press the little arrow on the corner in the bottom, and here you can also add some stickers and even an automatic subtitling. I think that's very good of this app to do that. And of course there's lots of other stuff you can do, effects, filters, all the stuff that makes video editing more a thing like playing. But there's one other thing I want to show you that might make your video even nicer, and that is overlay. I can add another layer so we can see more pictures at the same time in one shot. If I press plus, add overlay, it says, well, what do you want to use as an overlay? And I'm choosing these really big birds, and this extra picture is added to the image. So I could choose to zoom in and make it fill the screen, but I can also choose to have it on the side. And now we have two different images we see at the same time. Of course, this video with the birds also has some sound, and that's not really important, so I'm choosing to put the volume to 0. But see, this gives you the chance to get even more creative with your video. I could even add another overlay. And this way you can build a big video and be really creative. You can also choose to drag the parts to a different place, and you can make them shorter like we did with all the photos. So you can move this all around and make something really creative with this app. If you're done, just press the little arrow on the left side and you're out of this editing modus. And now you see that you don't see the extra layers anymore, but they take the shapes of these little drops with the red lines. So you can still see where you have added extra layers. If you're done, you press the arrow with the little line on the right upper side of your screen and your video will be exported. Sometimes it takes a while. The longer the video is, the longer it takes to do the exporting, but it will be in your camera roll when you're done. And I'm pressing done, and then we're back to the starting screen, and there is my project. I can now make a new project if I want to, but I can also go back to this project if I want to change something, and if I have changed it, I can export it again. So if there's something you don't like about your video, just go back to your project, change it and export your video again. You can even make a copy so you don't harm the first version of your video. So you see, with a few great photos and a little creativity and a lot of patience, you can make a great video for your business. And then the next time you will sit in front of your camera and show your face and let us hear your voice again. But for now, I wish you a lot of fun and good luck with your photo video.